I have no idea if this hockey puck is working right now. I got a new system, and even with a new system, one is likely to have more issues than Reader's Digest. So, that being said with about as much eloquence as the town drunk could muster, I am trying to see on my mobile if things are going through. And since I'm not a master at multitasking, we will see. Okay, let's see if this is working. Aha! A black screen. Alright, so what does one do to make it so the screen is actually visible? That's what I want to know. These will be some delightful teething problems, I suspect. Okay. Let's try. I really have no idea what I'm doing, you guys, so anyone who is suffering through this right now, I apologize. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'll try running this in windowed mode, but I'm not optimistic about that in the slightest. I think it's going to mess everything up if I do that, but we will see. Ha ha ha. Oh, splendid. My hearing aid batteries are screaming at me to be changed. The timing couldn't be more magnificent. Right. Boy, this is really turning into a fiasco, isn't it? Um, wow. I am starting to become nonplussed. I'm going to try deleting. Putting in a new window. Display capture. Okay. Bravo. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's see. I would like very much if I could see a chat. I'd like to see the chat window on top. That would be absolutely lovely. And I don't know how to achieve that. Sorry for the wait. If anybody is watching this recording, they can skip ahead and miss all this horrible flibbity gibbish rabbit. Okay. Okay, there's the chat window. But how do I anchor it? Well, here's what I'll do. I'll just run my pie hole and play promptly. How's that? That'll... This is... All right. This is something. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but for those who've endured it, they can skip past in the future. I don't think I have anybody watching this anyway, so I'm not too fussed. Okay, I got my inventory situated. Going to use my town services to put my stuff in my bank vault. All right. And the resolution is significantly increased. I had lowered it so that I could have a more comfortable playing experience. So, the Fall Festival is here. I will increase the font to max. The Fall Festival is spreading good-hearted tricks and tasty treats across Middle-earth. Join in by starting at the Shire, where Mr. Bilbo Baggins has left one last surprise for his neighbors. After accepting the quest, you can complete it to gain a map to the party tree in the Shire, where you can join the festival. This is a repeatable quest that you have previously completed. I did. I did it last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. So I have been involved in this game since day one. Oh good, somebody bought all of my exceptional hides. How exceptional. So I'm going to pocket that wealth and ignore the many hours it took just to get to that point, I think I will increase my asking price, actually, in the future. Okay, let's see. I got some goodies. Nope. Cooldown timer not expired. Well, there we go. Okay, it's nighttime, so I like to turn on well, my light's not working right now, so screw that, huh? I shall. This is my premium house. I can't wait for Elvish housing. Behold my premium house. I have certain sounds filtered that I've found annoying, and the horn blast is one of them. I'm going to see. Yay, the party tree is available to me. I know all the dances. So... these are people playing part of our music group. La Banda del Pony. It's a Spanish group. Band of the Pony. Wow, that was quite the purple screen. Kind of stuff people do. Usually throughout the festival, it's really picked up during the Yule Festival. Alright. Seems to be one of the vendors. I think people are checking out stuff to see.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
This is basically a quest that has you doing more quests. And when you complete a certain number of them, you cash in and you get some extra goodies. I will say, though, that this game is not designed for 4K. And any of this is going to be virtually impossible to read. So I apologize, I do not know how to, I really do not think I can reduce the resolution for this. Because I have to play this game in windowed mode. Playing it in windowed mode basically means that I need to have whatever.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Desktop is set to. If you're here for the harvest, I'd recommend you get in the spirit of the season and participate in many of our harvest activities. If you're not here for the harvest festival, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might be a harvest treat in store, so get out there. The night can get a bit chilly, but I'm sure you'll find company and good stories around the campfire. So I need to do 10 of those quests to be considered cool. So I just picked up multiple quests, and I have a maximum of 10, 11, 14 more before I have to nice little assembly.
I'm pleased to be of service.
Elk of the Forest Spirit. I'm not gonna spin that for Elk of the Forest Spirit. Okay, so that's a map. I'm going to see what it looks like. Here's preview. I don't think I can make that any bigger. Not a fan of riding elks. I think the Hobbit movie gave it a vogue, and while I personally disapprove, I don't care if somebody else loves it and they want all the elk they can get. So that's fine. A forest spirit goat for a pet. Cloak of the Forest Spirit. What would that look like? Let's see what it would look like in red. Okay, so the only color that changes is down the center. Boots of the Forest Spirit. What do those boots look like? I have to put my head right up to my monitor. I'm not sure that I think too favorably on that. Mask of the Forest Spirit. Oh boy, let's see what that looks like. That's nice and interesting. Mantle. That I see a lot of potential with, if it doesn't have to be. I'm gonna try difficult to see this without my computer glasses. Come on. There it is. Yeah, it's just the trend that changes, so very restricted. I would like the coloring to go over this. So there's potential with this, but only if you like dark stuff. Which, as you can see by my character here, not particularly keen on dark stuff. I will play fashion show with DB. It's my grandiose, heroic pose there, so there's my super white knight deal. And this is my blue knight deal. This is my gold knight deal. Very similar theme. I have no extraordinary taste. This is one of my more formal robes. And another formal robe. And this is my dark attire for both deals. And that cloak might, or the shoulder might look okay with this. I don't know. This is my cold weather gear. And this is my leisure gear, which probably might be more appropriate for the environment, so I'll show you that. There's some appreciative music fans. Let's see, what does the tunic look like? The tunic is alright. Looks a little bit medieval. And I will use red too. Yeah, it's just the trim. So, I don't really know if I'm going to really appreciate any of those. Okay. There's a token exchange. Is that for...
Greetings, friend.
I'm not going to mess with that too much. Usually these festivals have a instance that one engages in to get special instance tokens. I really don't like the haunted house very much, and in terms of showing it off. That's part of Bilbo's surprise. He's got a haunted house to scare people with. And some of these quests are timed, where you have to run in there and do stuff. And I'm not really big on that. Not on my first day, and not when I'm tired and it's the end of the week. What's bingo got going on? Frightful tales to cure the hair on your toes, or to curl. I can't really read this. Fall Festival tokens. $24 Fall Festival tokens. At least that one's not timed. I remember bobbing for apples somewhere over here. So I pick one. I'll pick this one. I got one small one. That's a disappointment. Avoid barbers to be, or you will need to restart the quest. Need your help if you particularly... Well, I will grab an apple tub. Oh, that's not where it's gonna be from. So, boffin for apples. Have to go to Hobbiton, closer to Hobbiton. The NPC music playing gets really annoying really quick. So I have to avoid hobbits that would be keen on bobbing my knob. Okay. Actually, that might not work very good. I was thinking of Bob and Knob from the Prancing Pony, and I just may have said something really not what I meant to say. So I apologize. That was not intended at all. I think I'll go around the back. Try and slip in sneaky, because that looks well guarded. This practically pernicious, purloining persons. Okay. Okay. What the? One more? Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, go deeper into enemy territory. Yeah, you do that. Okay. Well, I don't think I need to worry about getting caught without a tub for bobbing. So, I shall travel down the road, which goes ever on and on. Down from the door where it began. Far away the road is gone, and I must follow if I can. Memory served, what I saw on that map was... Oh, are you kidding me? It was the apple doors, not there. Right, so let's hightail it. So not only have I wasted my time, but I've wasted yours as well. You're quite welcome. It's not really, I mean, it's cute and fun to see fireworks hither and thither, but I gotta tell you, if they were a little bit more law-abiding, they wouldn't have these fireworks so all over the place in the Shire. I mean, like, they make it a big thing, fireworks. The Bodacious Apple Bobbing Bin. Brilliant. Right, so let's keep a sharp eye out for hobbits. I'm thinking going down here and being a bit surreptitious with it. It's a better policy. Oh man, it's like get too close to those blighters. Okay. I guess I wound up having to go back around anyway. Ooh. Okay, let me sprain my ankle here. I did a combat roll while holding an apple. Man, that music is a little overwhelming. I want to do the in-lake stuff because that just involves getting plastered out of one's mind. Trickster.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Play Troves and Trickery in the Shire. The Fall Festival is my favorite time of year, Glorfingway. One of our fondest traditions is the game Troves and Trickery. If you wish to play, wander amongst the hobbits. Some will give you some clues as to what tricks they'd like to see. Then you perform them. If you succeed in pleasing them all, return here and I will reward you. What say you to that? Yes, I would like to travel around the Shire pleasuring people. That is exactly what I want to do with my time. Okay. Troves and Trickery, I think. I have 20 minutes to get this done. Town person.
Good day.
You don't mind me saying this is embarrassing. Well, your clothes are on the backside. They're not quite fitting right. You might want to do something about that. Okay, then I will /pick a wedgie. The hobbit is tickled by your trick. And okay, further down the line. This is a 16-year-old game, so it's as adherent to lore as any token game that I've played in terms of well, this title in particular being as close to lore abiding as possible, so with the exception of what people would be doing. It's a game after all, but oh hey. Yeah, the environment is hello, you guys. I'm sorry I missed your commentary.
Hello there.
Don't you just hate it when you see a creeping, crawling thing, and then suddenly your skin crawls for the next hour? Or just that very thing happened to me. I saw a spider, and now I'm shuddering all over. I'm thinking it's Shiver. Nope. I guess that's not it. Or, I don't know, were they amused? I didn't see. Shiver, Shudder, right. Oh, so I got two of four, okay. So evidently he was pleased by that. Okay, see if I can't pleasure someone else. And Shada, I got one that I remember you'll probably like to see in terms of Troves and Trickery. And hello, Yari. I'm assuming your name is pronounced Yari. Yari, I'm quite the fan myself, and I do a lot of token nerding, especially this time of year.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I'm so stuffed I don't know what to do. I've had 5 meals in a row and a fair amount to drink as well. I'd love to eat more, but I'm not sure if there's room. What should I do? And she likes that one, so I move on to the next one. I don't know if, well, I don't want to I could attempt the last name, but I am a word nerd. Let's see. There's another. I wonder if it's in the inn, or if it's the horse, the stable master. It's been a bit since I've done this. Well, there's lots of content. Yari, it's enormous. The big danger is being too high a level. If you want a constant challenge, you have to use a tortoise stone to slow it down. I'm one of those people who like to walk around like a demigod and blast through things, and I usually level through festivals, but I've been doing deeds and stuff, and I did some of the later content at level. I'm trying to find, the map gives you a clue where to go and what to do, but unless I do it for days on end, I forget where I need to go. They did have a security leak where passwords got fangled with, but if you have enough money, there's a lot you can do to overcome a lot of stuff, but I have a lifetime subscription, so if somebody messed with my stuff or I lost it, I would be in an enormous fix over it. I would not be civil for the duration. I spent too much money and time, effort into my game. I have 4 level 140s, I think. Gosh, where is that? Oh, I think I know. I think I remember now. Across the Bywater Bridge. Right here. And I will make it on time.
Good day.
I better catch a fish soon. I've been here all day and I haven't seen so much as a fin. I would give anything to see a fish right now. Any fish at all. I'm about to lose my temper. Then I will do a tantrum. Ta-da! I'm done with that one. I don't think people hack the game in terms of changing the environment, there's none of that here. I don't think it's possible for people to hack their stats, but people have had accounts hacked. The primary thing is they use the same password for everything. And it doesn't bode well for them when they do that. If somebody hacks their email from a list, they try a variety of things, but I think LOTRO was hacked into itself, and people's accounts got messed up, but the customer service seemed like they'd
A lovely day, isn't
helped
it?
out a decent deal of them, and I will turn the game volume down. That is really getting much. Select a quest reward. I will do the Fall Festival token. And I really need to change my hearing aid battery. Audio, master volume. I will crank that down a bit. And I will turn down the player music, if I can find it. I will turn the player music volume way down. Way down. Maybe I'll bring the master back up. And let me know if it's too loud still. But yeah, I would make an enormous fuss. I have 24 characters, 25 I think, on this server. I use some for bank mules, some for crafting. This is my main. There is a Yule Fest. There may be a festival before then. But, and by the way, you didn't miss a whole lot. I had technical difficulties galore. Priscilla Boffin. It's always good to visit Cousin Bingo, and it had been many years since I've made it out to Hobbiton for the Harvest Festival. I have rather more children now than I did then, but I've become quite practiced at traveling with so many. The key to successful journey is to perform a hobbit count before you leave your starting point, and to perform a second count when you arrive at your destination. This is how I know that one of my children got lost on the way. I'm pretty sure Barilak is the child to blame on account of its usually being my drowsiest boy, who leads my count short. We climbed up a hill to the festival. Barilak is probably sleeping among the bushes that lined the road we took. If you don't mind, would you find Barilak and wake him up? We did not come all this way here from Newbury for him to sleep through the festival. Somewhere out on the hill. Oh, super. Do you play on Lauderland too, or did you, Yari? I know that I approach the hill, so let's see if the little tyke's over here. Probably further the other side of the hill. Pleased to meet you, by the way, Yari. Your name sounds pretty Scandinavian, so I'm assuming you are European. It would probably behoove you in terms of the times that you play. I am a Yank, though, and, well, you can probably tell by my voice. There's a costumed hobbit. I woke up Barilak. Oh, hello, Glowfingley. I was just taking a quick nap. Blah, blah, blah. Impressive costume. Well, back to sleep. Well, that's anticlimactic. Right. That was not what I thought would happen. This costume's terrifying. Lauderland is, it is a bit RP centered, but I think it's one of the more prolific European servers. The reason I play on it is just because I get on better with Europeans generally than I do my fellow countrymen. I like seeing these people have fun. Working the music and stuff. For fun, I do a variety of accents every now and again, but my general disposition isn't standard among the people I live around. Well, I can't say I'm not surprised. Right. Help Esmeralda Boffin with Fear Not to Dance. Okay, Esmeralda Boffin. Bingo's cousin. Children can be found enjoying the various activities. The Harvest Festival near the party tree. Bingo's cousin. I can't read this very well. Frisco's about for children to celebrate. Make sure that they all have an enjoyable, fright-filled time. It's about as close to the party tree as it gets. The Curse of Fairy Acres. You're probably right, Shada. Where has the time gone, Glowfingway? It feels as if we were just discussing the strange apparition you saw in the Bendable Wood. But the year of which you spoke already has come and gone. I fully intended to spend the time researching the Phantom's word, but each day was too full of chores and errands and visits. And don't you know it? Here we are again and no longer solving the mystery. What did the apparition say? Ah, here it is. I wrote it down. There can be no reparation for the hurt that has been done in 1 year. All will fear the parting of the wood. None will escape the curse of the eerie acres. Despair and repair your hold, for none but one will laugh when it is all done. Brr, it gives me the chills. Well, we will not forget those words, and I recommend that you keep your eyes open as we participate in the Harvest Festival this year. If you see anything at all that seems to relate to this curse, come and see me at once. Wallowick Goldworthy has opened a new field of festival games for the Harvest Festival this year at a place called Wistmead. I've seen nothing to indicate that he knows anything about that apparition or this worrisome curse, so we should go to Wistmead and have some fun. But I will keep on the lookout for anything suspicious, and you should as well. There's a pony to Wistmead just to the east and up the slope. I'll meet you there, and hopefully Wistmead will have plenty of spooky fun and very little in the way of scary curses. So... pony to Wistmead. So, boom, I'm thrown into this. I know I've done these before, but I'll tell you what, it only takes a year for me to not remember. Of course, this looks a bit creepier. Are you having a good time? Bingo waves at you, but he's clearly suspicious of the place. I must say, Wallowick Goldworthy's done quite a nice job of creating a spooky atmosphere for the Harvest Festival here at Wistmead. It's where we should have told our scary stories in the first place, Glorfingway. Can you imagine what Dinadas might have done if we tried scaring him here instead? Even the least frightening story might be more convincing when told in this atmosphere. I encourage you to find my various cousins, the lot of them once removed, and see what they think of the games here in Wistmead. But do not forget to remain alert for any suspicious activities. There may be an apparition on hand seeking to conduct some nefarious purpose, and if this curse is real, we want to know about it in time to prevent it from being carried out. Even so, try and have fun anyway, Glorfingway. It would be a shame to spoil all of Mr. Goldworthy's work with an excess of caution and worry. Wistmead really does seem like a fitting location for spooky fun, after all. I saw Angelica making a beeline for the ponies to the northwest, and Berelac mentioned something about taking a snooze near the maze. Find them first and see what they think of Wistmead. It's about as much voice acting as I probably care to do. Angelica Boffin by the Ponies in Westmead. You have no judgment from me, Shades, at all. Walrick Goldworthy. Hello there. It would seem word has begun to spread about Westmead. The Harvest Festival has long been my favorite, all of the Festival of the Shire, and after seeing the prank of old Mr. Baggins played on Lobelia, I was inspired to craft something of my own, and here it is. Clearly proud of his work, Walrick gestured wildly in every direction. To my delight, Ermentrude Haybank, Halinard Bunce, and Iris Tunnelly have devised a number of new games and activities for the Harvest Festival. If you find them wandering in the field, be sure to introduce yourself. Ermentrude Haybank. It is impressive, isn't it? Most mazes are not spooky, but the maze of Westmead certainly is. Rumor has it that the wheat shifts in the night, reshaped by an unseen scythe. Or Seth, I don't know. I've never really thought about that word. Careless hobbits might become lost in its winding pathways, and once that happens, they are seldom seen again. Ermentrude pauses for far too long. Until I go in and find them, of course. If you want to give the maze a try, I'll be here. Just don't give me a time limit. Right. Tangletorn. Alright. I probably needed to grab a bunch of quests before going in here. I'll chance this way. I am easily lost, fellas. All this is mostly to share with a handful of people. Oh, and Yari, if you're still listening or watching, and you do decide to go on to Lauderland, I will happily furnish you with high-quality crafted gear. And I'm not a person who does that for payment unless I put something on the auction hall. So, oh yeah, I'm getting lost already. All right. And Shada, this game is so old that it plays on a potato. You just have to have your graphic settings sufficiently lowered. Did I go there already? I think I did. I want to see if I can leave it at will. Nope, I can't. I have to find a way out. And if somebody has a good sense of direction and they watch somebody with a bad sense of direction play, it is liable to drive them absolutely spare. Well, I have a nice PC too. I was mostly talking to Shada about it, because you don't need a high-end computer to play it. But yeah, I have a pretty nice PC now. I recently upgraded. Well, there's the entrance. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to do here. But, Yari, yeah, like I said, I'd be happy to craft you all kinds of goodies and get you started. Yeah. There's, they have new classes, new races. I do a bit of RP. RP mostly as a high elf, but I am not averse to doing Hobbit RP. And I'm a officer in a guild of High Elves and an officer in a guild of an alliance to the High Elf Guild. The High Elf Guild is elves only. The alliance, although the requirements for the High Elf Guild is they're very picky about names and RP stuff. If RP is not your thing, which I would understand completely if it isn't, it might not be your cup of tea, but I don't need to have people in my kinship to give them stuff. That's just something I like to do. I love to craft things. And you know, I think I've had an earful, or an eyeful of this place, so I'm going to explore that on more my own time. Iris Tunnelly.
How do you do?
Dear me, have you been standing there for long? I'm Iris Tunnelly, and I bid you welcome to Westmead. I'm quite new here myself, but I've done well to help Mr. Goldworthy and others prepare the field for the Harvest Festival. How did I come to be here, you ask? Oh, you didn't ask? Well, it was the strangest thing. I was just leaving Stattle when a cloaked woman of Bree approached me. I did not know her face, and she gave no name, but she begged me to bring her to any lost cat, or to her, any lost cats that wandered into the festival grounds. How could she know such a thing? But not an hour after I arrived in Westmead, I found these cats wandering around the wheat maze. Aren't they adorable? Well, don't let them fool you. They're a handful. Between you and me, I think Mr. Goldworthy could stand to fill that old smelly bog. But I've never been so excited for the Harvest Festival. Perhaps you can help us make Westmead even better. I get a bit of performance anxiety reading sometimes. There's a pony to the party tree. Angelica Boffin. Hello there, Glorfingway. Will you look at these beautiful ponies? Aren't they simply delightful? I understand the Carl Proudfoot has loaned. I need to drink water or I'm going to start choking. I'm going to mute my mic for a bit. Intermission. I hope I picked the right button to mute my mic. I had to use my inhaler and I changed my hearing aid batteries. So there. Thank for the kind word, Shader. Alright, she's having a lovely time in Westmead, and everything scary I've seen seems to be on purpose. Cousin Bingo's curse must have nothing to do with this place after all, and he likely worries for nothing. I will stay here with the pony. Everything seems fine to me. Talk to Helenard Bunce. Look for the rings. The rings! I hear some, what sounds like laughing kids. Begonia grub. Treats or trickery.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
I've worked up the nerve to address one of you fine, fair-spoken elves. But you see, my friends and I do love a good, frightening costume in the fall festival, so we're sitting about trying to imagine how to get some others to join us in the fun. Then it came to me, the cleverest idea. We must put treats out upon the doormats of our house. Then, the important part, only those in costumes may be allowed to have some. This is an interesting thing. You go to these neighborhoods. People have doormats of a certain type, and if you have the right costume on, you get the treats, and you get a certain number of treats, and you can get tokens and things like that. I have done that quest before, but it's a bit of a pain in the neck. If at some point you would like to see that, I will do that, but it seems a bit odd to stream something like that.
A lovely day, isn't it? Stay and have some tea.
Collect treats while in costume. That's actually a neighborhood thing. But I will say, regarding the LOTRO community, it's top-notch.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I've played other games, and World of Warcraft and Star Wars The Old Republic. I honestly think Star Wars The Old Republic has the worst game community ever. But World of Warcraft is not my thing, but this game is, I think, for some of the older folks. I really like the community by and large. It's not perfect, but nothing would be. You can't have expectations of that, but the community here is really good. Hello, this is your first time in Westmead. Welcome, welcome. I am Helenard Bunce, and I manage a few of the festivities here in Westmead. I have a skilled hand in carving gourds and dabble in crafting interesting ales. Of course, I'm not quite so skilled as to join the ranks of the Inn League, but I hope the Harvest Festival affords me a chance to prove myself. Alas, my Fognug and ale seem to be more interesting than well regarded, but I've labored to improve its recipe. You're welcome to try it while you explore the spooky sights and sounds of Westmead. I've heard tell that the wistful oak has a mind of its own, but it's just an old tree, right? Perhaps you should go and see for yourself. But enough about me. There's plenty of fun to be had here in Westmead. I'll let you get to it. I'm going to hide my book quests. It's not necessary for the duration of this. Okay. Keep hearing what sound like kids, and I don't see them necessarily. These are cosmetics that get put on some mounts. They have the light-colored paint. Very good. I hope you enjoy Westmead as much as we enjoyed building it, Glorfingway. On behalf of all of us, welcome. One-day walk through Westmead. Okay, I think I went into that maze a bit early. It's horrible, just horrible. I've been beset by complaints, and just moments ago I saw another hobbit sleeping in the field. Have I done something wrong? It seems that no matter what festivities I think of, I cannot impress them. Why don't you try and help them get into the spirit, Glorfingway? Show them what spooky fun can be had in Westmead. Help hobbits celebrate the spirit of the Harvest Festival. That's interesting. A frightful lack of spirit. Challenging wheat. Gathering gourds. Preventing a murder. Enter the Westmead wheat maze. Do not cheat. Okay, this old wheat field's quite overgrown. Give me the shivers. It's a maze of old wheat thickets with a ghastly fog hanging overhead. How quick do you think you could run through the maze of wheat? Do you think you could do it without cheating? I hope you're not afraid. I probably cannot do it without cheating. I don't know how one would cheat, except to look at a map. Oh, I bet you that's cheating. Nope, okay. Go. Alright. Let's see. Let's get lost. Oh, so lost. I have a minute to try and do this. I think I'm hosed. I'm so hosed. Baby. Well, I'm in a right pickle now. At least the misery should be temporary. If it's only a minute of misery. That's what I tell my wife. I've no idea where I'm going. I've got 20 seconds to wrap this up. I think I'm out of it. I think I've scuppered it. Ta-da! Womp womp womp. I don't know how one cheats. Time's up. Now all I need to do is try and go back to the beginning. I don't know how to cheat. I wonder if there are people that have a excuse me, a map printed out. I think that's that. I don't think I'll be going back on there during the stream because I do not have a healthy sense of direction. Or this the waste of webs.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Matter. Mr. Goldworthy took care to wrap many of the bushes in Westmead with fine cotton webbing, but I think it's missing an important detail. There are no spiders, or if there were, they're long gone by now. Why don't you go down to Scary and find some spiderlings and put them in this jar? If you bring them back here, we can make sure that no one else notices this little mistake. Oh, are you serious? Going to Scary to get those things? That's just nuts.
Stay and have some tea.
Find black cats in Westmead. That's a bit more doable. Oh, it's you, Glorfingway. I came with my brothers and sisters to Westmead, but I'm quite ready to leave. I was promised Harvest Festival fun, but this did not seem terribly enjoyable to me. All I want to do is curl up here on the outside of this maze and take a restful nap. So I've not been able to get comfortable. There's just something about this place that keeps me awake, and that is most unusual. Why, I would say it's a first. I will keep trying. Are my siblings having a better time than I am? I hope so, but above all, I just wish I could take a nap. This is usually not a problem. Welcome to Westmead. I spoke with Walerick Goldworthy earlier. He told me that it took quite a long time to clear this field and prepare for the new Harvest Festival activities. I'm very glad it took the time because the spooky atmosphere here cannot be matched by anywhere in the Shire. And everyone's having a wonderful time. Naturally, I asked if there was anything that still needed to be done, and it turns out there's still some baked goods waiting to be set out on these tables. Could you go and pick up one of Holly's pies from the tents on the other side of the field? Camellia lowers her voice conspiratorially. I must warn you about something, Glorfingway. Pie filling has been fashioned with blackberries and currant. It should be delicious, but Holly Hornblower has made it look as if the pies are filled with creepy crawlies and spiders. A number of hungry hobbits may try and get in your way. Give them a good look at the pie, and they'll surely leave you alone. Man, there's a lot of quests here.
Booga booga booga.
How frightful. What a delight. In case I'd spooked somebody. Why do I feel like this tree's staring at me? Probably because it is.
Boo!
Am I? I need a change of shorts. A spiritless hobbit. Misery me, you gave me quite a shock.
Boo!
Oh no, you spooked me. Why do I feel like this tree is staring at me? I think it's the gaping mouth and eyes. That'll do it. Da-dum-ba-dum. Oh, I can't. I have to walk into it properly. Oh, the other side. Fine. Another spiritless hobbit. How abominable. That's just what I was thinking. I need to be as abominable as possible. Earl Grey tea's my thing.
Boo!
Oh, ho, you spooked me. I prefer the term Lady of the Evening. There's a kitty. Oh, bother. Confusticate and bother these kitties. How do I get them? Okay. Grabbed one of 4 kitties. Man, that's gonna be a bit of an order. What, is there another one in there? 2 of 4 kitties. And I fancy that there's probably a kitty over here somewhere. I'm using my radar to spot them, by the way, so don't think that I'm using magical powers of perception. Play a game off and on for 16 years, you're going to learn a thing or two. 17 years, actually. And what have we here? A black cat. 4 of 4 cats. Let's see. Use my powers of Captain Running Speed. I've got to keep my mystique up somehow. An eerie fog.
Good day. Might I have a word with
Oi,
you?
Lord Fingley, do you have a moment? I've received a lot of feedback over my last few blends of fog noggin ale. I think I've finally gotten it right. If you'd be so kind, try a sample of my new and hopefully improved fog noggin. Once you've had sufficient time to reckon it with its complex flavour, tell me what you think of it. I hope I've got the balance right. Okay. Fog Noggin Ale. A potent but questionably brewed ale. Spooky. Oh boy, what's gonna happen? I have no idea. Wow, that's more than tasting. Whoa, what's in that draft? I turned off the annoying sound of the drunken elf. Oh, wow, he's really plastered. Fog Noggin Ale, perhaps too late. You understand the meaning of the name Helenard Bunce has given to his quote-unquote ale. And yeah, it does complicate things when you have that much.
Stay and have some tea.
Oh, the goblins have returned to Westmead. I thought we'd driven the last of them back to Mount Graham, but it seems the draw on the Harvest Festival has been proven to be great. Will you take up this club and send them flying out of the Shire? Goodness. Gourds and goblins. 7 goblin gourds flying in Westmead. Whoa. Okay. That's... I guess I've done this before, but I don't remember it much. Okay. What sort of illusion is this? Okay. Hey, yeah, this is not my idea of a good time, getting slopping drunk like that. So many careless. Could be the ghost of the old took. I think it's a squirrel. My guy as high as Georgia Pine. What sort of vile illusion of this? Okay, this is... Oops. I'm gonna get my display back on the phone so I can see if any... Yeah, this is pretty darn. This is about as wasted as you can get in the game without being teleported somewhere and having a funny message. I have to get this quest done before I can turn in any of the others.
Oh.
My guy stumbled. I think that's their way of saying you're getting out of the quest zone. Corpse of bat. Invalid target. Using that has no effect. It'd be nice if there was a local map so I could kind of see where I should go. I'm thinking... well, I'll see. Burr spooky. Boy, this guy's probably put some shrooms or something into his ale. Whoops. Yeah, that was not on purpose. Time to go back. I think I sort of failed that quest. Ta-da! And now for my next trick, I shall gracefully fall hard on my face. Oh, good. Yeah, the quest is still active, so you go back to Westmead and it's right back into Drunk and Disorderly. There's a kind of trick, like once you get used to the festivals, they become a bit of a grind because you do the same things over and again. Curse of the... try to get goblins down. If memory serves, there's like this path I'm supposed to take while blitzed out of my mind. I remember things a bit more. Ooh, ha ha ha. Did I scare you? Terrified. Man, I think I'm about to leave the instance. Yep, son of a biscuit eater. Sorry about this. Back to Drunk and Disorderly. Goblin gourds can be found throughout Westmead. Helen and our bunch help carve a number of spooky goblin gourds for the Harvest Festival. You should participate in the spirit. Vanderbrust took and send the goblin gourds flying. Okay. Just a moment, I got a message. thing is, the things that I saw were nothing to see. To get alcohol poisoning, you need it distilled. I think I'm barking up the right tree. Trying to find something that I can target and swing. This has been quite the hike around nowhere. Well, I'm using the radar in my upper left to see the direction that I'm going, but the details are a bit off. And I don't remember this quest in particular. That was kind of a dark area. I really wish I knew where to go.
Oh.
I think if I keep going forward, I'm going to keep passing out. I think that's their way of saying you shouldn't be doing this. Also, that's a sigh sound. And if you have multiple people fishing and missing their catches, it does not sound like people frustrated from missing fish casts. You say you can hear voices in the water, but I'm not to go sticking my head in a bog. That's a good idea. Cold, murky water of the bog seems to help. Children of the corn. It could be that or ravens, but I think ravens are diurnal animals. It is really freaking dark. I know that I could quit this quest, but I don't like giving up on it. Steaming Stein. What's that gonna do? Oh, I'm sure that's really gonna help. Okay, well, enough of your garbage.
Hello there.
Not my best, eh? Okay, that was all I had to do to get out of this fix. So I feel silly now. Let's see what happens when Oh yeah. No, I accidentally found it, which I probably could have spared us a half hour of what I did. Freshly baked pie. Okay, carrying a pie. I think it was over here that they were wanting it. I thought Wish Me was going to be full of fun activities and delicious food, but it seems I was mistaken. I wanted nothing more than to dig into one of these pies, because the pie crust is golden brown the way I like it. And the smell makes my mouth water, but on closer inspection, you can plainly see that the pies are filled with spiders. It's an affront to good taste. I do not understand why folks still buy pies from Holly Hornblower, honestly. I'm not enjoying my time in Wishmead, Glowfingray. I'm just so hungry, and I don't like that feeling. If you want to find someone who's having a good time, perhaps you should find Marigold. I expect she's enjoying herself, because it's dark and a little scary. I saw her looking at the misty woods on the other side of the field, and she might still be there. I'll try and rummage up some edible food. Wish me luck, because I'm not eating one of those spider pies, no matter how delicious it might smell. Can't fool me. Yes, nothing gets past you. Sharp-eyed hobbit. Nowhere I can hear the hoots and cheers from here. Perhaps I was a little too hasty in my thinking. Thank you. That will be all. Fall Festival tokens. Oh. I don't know about that. Don't think I want to go through a maze while streaming. It's not my bag.
How do you do?
You're leaving us all over. Want to get back to Staddle. That woman from Bree can have a lot of them. Oh, but perhaps I'll keep one for myself. So that was the cat hobbit. Investigate this cursed wood or whatever it is. This is still hard to see through, but it's easier to see things if you're not blind drunk. It doesn't look like I'm barking up the right tree here. And you know, I think my favorite pie is either mushroom pie or my wife makes them on my birthday. Pasties. It's like a chopped meat with potatoes, onions, and one slice will have you not hungry for about 2 or 3 hours. Go with eggs, ketchup. Nice and classy American food. I like ketchup on my pie. It is 7:41. My sweetie pie is aware that I am streaming. I'm glad at least that it's streaming, but I would like to stream at the resolution that I play, because 4K is not really doing it for me. everything's so small. They need to make adjustments to the UI. At least it wasn't bacon on your pie. That didn't sound very tasty. I got that emote some time ago. Wait a minute. Can I? Oh, I can. To get where I'm going a little bit faster, I can. There go Buffin, stands by a fog-enshrouded path on the edge of Westmead. Oh, okay. Ah, Glorfingway, how are you finding Westmead? I'm not specifically interested in the Harvest Festival activities that Walrick Goldworthy has set up here, but I'm very curious to know where the path leads. The fog hangs thickly all about the trail, and the darkness seems to almost pool among the trees. It feels like an adventure to me. Cousin Bingo made me promise to stay in Westmead or he'd tell my mother. She'd be very cross, so now I should not follow this misty path. But you made no such promise, did you? You should walk along the path and see where it leads, and then come back and tell me what you saw. That's a capital idea, is it not? I'll be waiting for your report, my friend. Capital. Just capital. I walk along a path for a time, but the fog is very thick, and you may have gotten turned around. I've got the floaty names on. Well, that's weird. And this looks like the way to leave again. I don't really fancy doing that. Usually, if you're about to leave a zone, you see like a film that seems to plainly say, hey, if you walk here, you're going to leave. Yeah, that's not how this one operates. Son of a gun. Did I scare you? You sure did. I evacuated my belt right into my trousers. I was so scared. There she is. Glorfingway, how did you get back here without my seeing you? You got turned around in the woods? This must not be ordinary fog after all, but a magical and mysterious mist that lends itself to confusing even the most perceptive of adventurers. How delightful. I will do some thinking and see if I can come up with a means of countering this curious canopy of cloud. For now, you should return to Bingo and tell him that I'm having a great time. Spooky mysteries abound. What the deuce was that? Utulian Aure. That is a statement from the Silmarillion. Day will come again, I believe it was. Where's Bingo? I thought Bingo was somewhere games on enough just so I can... Oh, there he is. The longer we stay here, the more worried I become, Glorfingway. How do my cousins feel about Westmead? You tell Bingo that Angelica, Camellia, and Marigold seem to be enjoying themselves for various reasons, but that Barilac and Griffo do not seem to be having as fine a time. At least some of my cousins are enjoying the Harvest Festival here, even if that cannot be said for all of them. I suppose this cannot be a curse at work, unless it's a curse that is chosen to mildly inconvenience a few hobbits, which seems unlikely in any curse, from which I've heard. Curse or no, I still wish that one of my cousins were having a good time, or more of my cousins were having a good time. 2. The Parting Fog. Perhaps I'm making a great mountain of a shrew's burrow, Glorfingway, but that apparition you saw in the Bindbowl Wood has me all aflush with worry. What if the curse for which I spoke is around the corner, and it waits to level its full effect upon the hobbits celebrating the Harvest Festival here at Westmead? Do you think you might speak with Walerick Goldworthy in front of the maze, ask him if he's encountered any difficulties while setting up the festivities there? I hope I'm just being silly. I will not be able to enjoy the games here at Westmead until I have set my mind at ease. But right now, it's all a bustle with spooks and scary shenanigans, but not in a good way. Said goblin gourds flying in Westmead. I don't know how people are seeing these goblin gourds, but I think they need to be high as Georgia pine to see them. So I think that's when you're seeing these people whoosh spontaneously. That's what's going on. Yes, what do you want? If you're here to complain, I don't want to hear about it. I've listened to more than my fair share of grumbles today, and my temper is at its lowest ebb. Move along, you. You try to set Walerick at ease by telling him that several of the hobbits with whom you've spoken seem thoroughly enjoying the festival at Westmead. He softened somewhat. Then he seems less annoyed. You asked him about the progress by which Westmead was made ready for the activities and games of the Harvest Festival. Ah, yes, well, it's quite a lot of work, so I'm pleased that there's some who've enjoyed the games here. I put together a team from Hobbiton, from Bywater, and for the better part of the fortnight we've worked to clear the field of stones and stumps. We've had to move a few fences. Hobbits might once have lived among these trees here, because we've also moved 1 or 2 low walls that could have belonged to hobbit homes, although the houses themselves are long gone. If you want to see how much work they put in, you can take a look at the junk pile where we moved everything. It is to the southwest across the main path that runs through Westmead. And enjoy yourself. I would not have put so much work into this, but did not love this spooky season so much. So, we said it's... What was that direction? Southwest? I just want to be clear because I don't have a map. Southwest. Okay. So, southwest would be the direction of the junk pile. A wooden sign. You turn it over, the sign revealing the words that chill you to the bone. Eerie Acres. Cleary's Acres is carved on the sign, but it's crossed out in Eerie Acres. is scrawled instead. Oh, well, I tell you what, that's just terrifying, and my evening is shot. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can only handle so much. I'm gonna ruin Bingo Boffin tonight with this news. This is preposterous. Abominable. Confusticating bother. You look as if you've seen a ghost, Glorfingway. Another one, I mean. You haven't, have you? You tell Bingo that Walerick Goldworthy cleared several fences and stones and wooden structures when he prepared the field of Westmead for the Harvest Festival, removing the debris to a junk pile. You go on to describe the wooden sign you found among the trash. What's that? You say there was a sign of Cleary's Acres? Someone had crossed that out and painted the words Erie Acres on top? But that means... It's just as I feared, Glorfingway. This field may be called Westmead now, but at some point in its history it must have been called Erie Acres. We've wandered right into the waiting jaws of the curse. You have to tell Walrick that we may be in danger. He has to cancel the celebrations here, and at once. Yes, I'm sure that's the solution. I think he's by the maze, isn't he? In the parting fog. Cancel the Harvest Festival? Absolutely not. Why should I do that? You tell Walrick Goldworthy that malevolent forces declared that no one in the Shire will escape the curse of Erie Acres, and you have found proof that Westmead was once known by that name. He snorts with disbelief. What nonsense! I know a sign of which you speak. It stood by the western path outside the clearing, and has not been thought of by anyone for a very long time. No one objected when we pulled it from the ground and tossed it aside, did they? This whole place has been uninhabited for dozens of years at least, Glorfingway, and no hobbits have called this place Erie Acres since then. Take my word on it. I'm sorry you are bothered by all this talk of curses, but I'm sure it's nothing. Someone's playing a holiday prank on you, I wager. I will not shut down Westmead, and I will not cancel the Harvest Festival. If that Bingo Boffin puts you up to this, you can just go and tell him the plan to ruin my festival has failed. And that is all I will say about it. The name sounds very familiar, and I'm going to check the kin chat. I guess not. Okay. Gosh, I'm sorry my lack of focus. I ignored a well wish from a kinmate to the people who are viewing, and I feel kind of bad about that. I hate missing things like that. One thing drives out another. I should, for the sake of things, moveon.org, so I shall do that. Let's see. Return to Bingo and break the bad news to Bingo Boffin, the bummed bumpkin from Hardbottle. He refused to cancel the festival, didn't he? Of course he did. That's just the sort of day I'm having. Why, I saw Fosco just now. I told him we should probably get ready to leave Westmead. You know what he did? He yelled at me and stamped his feet. He's always been one of my favorite cousins, but he raised his voice at me and put me right out of sorts. Something is not right. This is quite unlike Fosco, and I think the curse may be to blame. What's going on here, Glorfingway? Mark my words. There's more of this than we know. The curse of Erie Acres is real, and it has affected some of the hobbits here already. There can be no mistaking it. Yeah, because people don't want to stay there and have a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I really hope you can get things going again. And the offer stands. If you ever play on Lauderland, give Glorfingway a mail. Let me know who you are. I'll hook you up and get you in good stead. I'm sorry it came to kind of a kind of an end just there. I hope you get things going. We have to get to the bottom of this business, Glorfingway, and find a way to combat this curse before it becomes too late. What we need is a clue, or better yet, more than one. Bingo snaps his fingers. Maybe we've got one. You said that the writing on the sign you found had been crossed out with red paint, and someone had written Eerie Acres. What words did this mysterious vandal seek to replace? Cleary's Acres, you said? Well, that is one place to start. We need to find out anything we can about a hobbit named Cleary, and perhaps we'll learn what happened to this homestead and for it to be known as Eerie Acres. Maybe a long shot, but there might be some record at Cleary's Acres at the town hall in Mickle Delving. Consult with Mayor Whitfoot, and you might learn something useful. I'll stay here and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Good luck to us both, Glorfingway. Really? I gotta go to Mickle Delving? Well, I have a quick travel to that. So, Mickle Delving. Bum, 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 bum. And not only will I hook you up with good food and gear, I will be happy to give you some starting cash so you can get your bank vault going. I've been playing forever, and I have low-level crafting materials, collecting dust, and I just love to make things. So if you ever decide to pop on, I'm always happy to help.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Hello. Are you enjoying the Harvest Festival this year? Have you found the time to head over to Witchmead for the new activities there? I understand Walerick Goldworthy has really outdone himself, and there are many fun games to play and delicious treats to enjoy. I was about to make my way there to sample some of the offerings for myself, but I will, of course, take the time to help you with whatever you need, so long as you make it quick, Glorfingway. A hobbit named Cleary? That used to be a first name or a surname? Well, I can't say it makes a difference because neither case rings a bell. I have no memory of either. When did you say this Cleary lived in the Shire? You didn't? If he's an old resident, I'm sure it could be some of his belongings of his that ended up in the Matham house. You could ask Bombard if he's seen anything belonging to a Cleary. I've given more than enough thought to this matter, and it seems well settled to me. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but I need to get going if I'm to sample some of the food platters at Wishmead. Good day to you. Yeah, that if you use the same password everywhere, it's a good way to get messed with in a game. That's a drag. The plus side is that the game is quote-unquote free to play, but you'd have to do a lot of grinding to get things, and sometimes on multiple characters. I mean, there are people that literally don't pay for anything, but they play the game so hardcore, getting LOTRO points to buy the bits and bobs in little areas. Oh wow, that was a while ago. Yari, I do hope that I hope you recover it. It would be attached to a email, I would presume, whatever your email was at the time.
Hello there.
Cleary, eh? I don't think I know of any hobbits by that name of the Shire, although it does sound familiar for some reason. It strikes me as being a name many years ago. Perhaps when I became keeper of the Matham house as a young hobbit, but that was a long ago. I saw Matham's label with the name Cleary. They certainly have been long since distributed or buried beneath more recent items. Cleary, Cleary, Cleary. No, can't say I know of anyone with that name. Perhaps you could check with the postmaster. His occupation requires that he have a thorough knowledge of hobbit names and addresses. If anyone knows a Cleary in the Shire, he's just the hobbit who will do so. Postmaster Proudfoot can usually be found outside the Quick Post, right near the town hall. Oh, gosh. I think that's, Yari, I think that's a situation where you throw your hands up into the air and say, well, F this, and just start over. But even if you do have to start all the way over, for my part, I'm happy to help get you primed as swiftly as you might like. And that's if you feel like it. You know, don't see this as an enticement. It's just something I like to do.
It's been a foul day, it has.
You're looking for a Cleary. Dare I hope that you seek the word from one Halston Cleary? This is an unexpected joy, Glorfingway. Alas, I thought this day would never come, and I would go to my grave with this task unfulfilled. One more disappointer in a long line of shamed postmasters. But it's not to be. This mail shall at last be delivered. When I first came to work at delivering the mail when I was just a young hobbit, old Ned Harfoot, the postmaster, showed me the ropes. It took me a few weeks to learn the ins and outs of the Quick Post. I never forgot his lessons. One day he took me down to the cellar and showed me a box of old envelopes. These letters ain't ever been delivered, Hugo, he said to me, but my old boss told me we weren't to throw them away. Could be one day we'll find out how to deliver them, and when that day comes, the Quick Post will be truly have earned a fine reputation. It puts the lie to its name. Or if it puts the lie to its name. It's kind of blurry. I don't have the right glasses on, so I apologize for the poor reading. Well, Ned passed on not long after that, and I took a vow to keep those undelivered letters safe until my own time was up or the intended recipient came to claim them. Seems to me you might be the closest person we're likely to get to Halston Cleary, Glorfingway, if you're willing to follow me. I'll show you the stacks of undelivered letters, and you can decide what to do with them. Let me know. I remember this now. Yeah, Yari, at this point, I mean, if your hands are tied, the best is to do what you can with what you got. This is quite the Tolkien season for me, so I'm dipping a little extra into things. But yeah, I don't have any sound ideas to resolve that because I fortunately haven't had that problem before. The Haunting of Wistmead. If memory serves, it's got a little bit sad, but that's the part of things. At either rate, I'll be happy to. It's for all throughout the year. Yeah, I have so many interests Yori, that I kind of gorge on them. I binge on them. Usually from September until April. It's token stuff, and I would say May or June until August. I cram a lot of ancient history stuff, ancient Egypt and all that, but I'm getting kind of set in the way I do things, and I keep coming back to this game. I got this fancy computer with it. I can't even remember the graphics card. Like 4070 GeForce RTX 4070, and I'm playing Lord of the Rings online with it. And there's a the game world is absolutely huge, Shada. Well, this is. I'll continue the quest. I'll try and read the dialogue. All right, I've emptied the box of old letters onto the table in the cellar. You're welcome to look through them and see if there's anything important. Now remember, this is highly unusual. We at the Quick Post do not advocate looking through people's mail, but these letters are so old, there should be no harm in it. This way, Glorfingway, this way. I can't remember my processor, but mind the step, they can be treacherous if you're not used to them. Okay. Apologies for the mess. We're more organized than we seem, I assure you. All right, the letters are here for you. I will return in a few minutes. Good golly, Miss Molly. Forgotten letter. Study the letters for the clue. Oh, this is a spoken thing. Dear Mr. Cleary, I hope I'm not intruding, but I wanted to write you this note of thanks. I had a delightful visit with you, and I'm already looking forward to ours of next week. As I promised, I will bring some fresh produce from my father's garden. You will not believe the crunch of our carrots. They are truly something. When next I visit, I will hope you clean the weeds out of your own garden. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I find gardening to be very rewarding. Very sincerely yours, Ivy Redsmith. I'll go from left to right, I suppose. Oh, there we go. Dear Mr. Cleary, thank you once again for another lovely visit. Oh, that's nice. You get a little ghost. I hope you don't feel too badly about your neighbors, they've been saying. They seem a poor lot, mean-spirited and unwelcoming. Pay no heed to their insults, and I will not either. Looking forward to our next visit, Ivy Redsmith. I remember these being a little bit sad, but not everything is rainbows and sunshine. Dear Mr. Cleary, this winter has been very bad, hasn't it? I'm sorry to tell you the weather must keep me at home. I cannot visit this week. But I promise to bring some soap and towels with me when I next visit. I will scrub away the mean things your neighbors wrote on your fence in no time. Warm regards even in the cold. Ivy Redsmith. Dear Mr. Cleary, has it already been 2 months? I cannot believe it, but I know it is so. I've never seen snow like this. It began as a winter's lark, but now... I'm so sorry I've not been able to visit. There's no sign of the weather's improvement, and my family's worries deepen every day. I promise I'll see you as soon as the winter ends. Waiting to see the sun again. Ivy Redsmith. Dear Mr. Cleary, they say this terrible winter might soon be done, though they've said this before. I hope this time they're right, for it has taken its toll on my family and on my friends. Our food is nearly gone. They say it will be a time of famine unless something can be done. I do not think I'm being forward, but I'm worried for you, Halston. Your home was in no state to weather such a winter as we've had. I hope your neighbors at least showed your kindness. Excuse me. Could they have given you shelter, shared their food, and found warmth in their hearts for you? Probably not. I hope they have. They would be cruel hobbits indeed if they have not. Are my letters being delivered? I've heard no word from you for more than a year, Halston. You could not possibly have stayed in your home this whole time. Could you? Worried, hungry, and afraid for you. Your dear friend, Ivy Redsmith. I know these effects are simple, but they do a job. You fold up the last of the letters and return it to its envelope. So, how did it go? Oh yeah, it was a thrill. What did you find from those letters, Glorfingway? Did you learn anything of use? You briefly describe some of what Ivy Redsmith wrote to Halston Cleary, and your tale progresses, or as your tale progresses, Hugo's eyebrows furrow, and he strokes his chin, deep in thought. These letters are indeed very old. It seems to me that Ivy and Halston lived during the time of the long winter, which gripped the Shire more than 250 years ago. That winter was the longest ever recorded, and it was followed by the days of dearth, a period of famine and unhappiness, the like of which has never been seen again. It is said that many hobbits died during that winter, and the food shortage that followed. I hope that fate did not befall Ivy or Halston, but if there are no further letters, it seems likely they came to sad ends. I wonder why these letters were never delivered. These hobbits at the quick post must have had their hands full just trying to survive the long winter, but still, I would have expected them to make an effort, at least before it became clear the winter was worse than usual. It does strike me as somewhat odd that the letters that predate the snows were not delivered. Completed instance, the haunting of Westmead. Have you gotten to the bottom of the mystery? It seemed to me you've only uncovered more questions. The proud Postmaster Proudfoot.
Well, the gall of some folk.
It's highly unusual for letters such as those have not been delivered, Glorfingway. We run a respectable post here, and I would have said we always have done, but those undelivered letters seem to cast some doubt on it, to my shame and that of my predecessors. Why should those letters not be delivered? At any rate, we do not keep records of home ownership at the Quick Post, but there's a small chance that someone might know the state of the Cleary farmhouse, even if knowledge of the one-time resident has been lost during the ensuing years. That was so long ago. I speak of Clem Underhill, the escrow broker in Nickel Delving. He may know if the deed to the Cleary farmhouse ever changed hands, and if the land ever sold might tell you the name of the current owner if there is one. Right, so there's the escrow broker, Clem Underhill.
Just a moment.
The Cleary farmhouse, you say? Oh, that goes back quite a long way, almost 300 years if I remember right. The records from those days are rather incomplete. But here let's see, there's a deed for a parcel of land in that name. It's a wooded lot, yes? I've had no cause to go out there, but the description makes it sound quite deep into the forest, near Walter Goldworthy's new cleared field of Westmead, isn't it? That's an interesting coincidence, since the field has only recently been put to use after being left alone for so long. There have been no transactions relating to that parcel, so I expect if it was owned by a Cleary once, then it must be owned by a Cleary still. A descendant, surely, although that's a long time for anyone to stay in one place without interacting with his neighbors. That's no way to live. Not for any respectable hobbit. It must do you some harm, surely, to see that only the faces of your family and no others. If you live by yourself with no kin around you, why imagine it! Who would want to take care of you in your twilight days until finally your last day arrived and you meet it alone? Clem shivers suddenly. Mayhap it's just the time of year, but thinking about this sends a chill down my spine and raises the hairs on my feet. Sounds like a spooky harvest festival story to me, and not something that could happen in real folk in the Shire. I cannot say as I like it, Glorfingway. I hope I was a help to you. Now I'd like to think no more of these troubling thoughts. I kind of wish they'd make Lord of the Rings Online cross-platform for all that. Talk to Bingo in Westmead. Alright, well, the fastest way that I know to get to Westmead is to ride to the stable. Oh, that was not an impressive display. There's usually a party tree.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Huh. Alright then, I will get on my fastest horse and ride to Hobbiton. And the person who was working on the Worst Deeds interface, I think they got laid off when things got lean on what was, at the time, I think it was when Warner Brothers bought out the company that made the game initially. The programmer who did the horse stuff got let go, so it remains buggy even after all these years. And oops, I'm lagging. I like the larger, sturdier horse because they don't get defeated so quickly. They don't move as swift as the smaller ones. Wow, that's a big leg spike. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I'm liable to lose connection. The cosmetic I have on this one is nothing. For lore purposes, elves don't usually... Well, they don't use a bridle, but I think some of them use a saddle, but I have certain get-ups on this one, and yeah, this is a big lag spike. I would not be surprised if the game disconnects or the client disconnects. Does not happen often. I would say once every week or two. But things aren't looking good for this connection, so. The mounts that I have, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 62. I don't even think I've used them all. I just have like certain favorites. But there are a lot more that I don't have. These are all the ones that I do not have. Yep, the connection to the server has been lost. Da-da-da-da. I just, there's a lot of them that if I don't feel like I want to ride them ever, I don't take the time to get them. And wow, it's not even letting me properly quit. I will restart. Oof. That's not good. Good golly, Miss Molly. Eep. Trying to